Have you ever read something you wrote and thought it sounded a bit robotic? Like a series of short, choppy facts just bumping into each other without any real connection. You can fix that by learning the specific architectural blocks of complex English sentences. These tools allow you to move past those simple sentences to write with perfect clarity and flow. This diagram shows the three architectural pieces required to build a complex sentence. We have the main clause on the left, the subordinate clause on the right, and sitting squarely between them is the subordinating conjunction. Recognizing these three distinct pieces is the first step. Once you see them, you can start combining fragmented facts into a single cohesive story. To use these pieces correctly, we first have to understand how they work together. They do not carry equal weight. This illustration highlights that power dynamic. The main clause is independent, like a massive cargo ship standing entirely alone. On the right, the subordinate clause is a small life raft. It contains vital context, but lacks the power to function on its own. If you write that dependent clause and try to use it all by itself, you create a sentence fragment. It is a thought left drifting without a destination. This graphic shows how we solve that problem. Subordinating conjunctions act as strategic bridges, like a tow line connecting the raft to the ship. They safely link these two unequal ideas together, pulling that dependent clause out of fragment status. These conjunctions are your mandatory tool for adding rich supporting details to a sentence without breaking foundational grammar rules. Now that we know what these pieces do, we need to look at the mechanical rules for assembling them. The most common question here is where to put the comma. This diagram breaks down sentence placement. In Formula 1, a front-loaded sentence starts with the conjunction, so a comma is required to signal the shift. In Formula 2's backloaded sentence, the conjunction sits in the middle, acting as the boundary, so you use no comma. This next visual introduces the pronoun rule, which maintains a smooth flow. When the same subject appears in both clauses, you introduce the full noun first, like the engine, and then replace it with a pronoun, like it, in the second half. Following these comma and pronoun formulas prevents reader confusion, and it helps you maintain a polished professional tone. With the mechanics out of the way, we can look at the different storytelling jobs these conjunctions perform. They fall into three categories: time, reason, and opposing ideas. This timeline maps out Category 1, time. Words like before, when, and after show your reader the exact order of events, so they know what happened first. This diagram illustrates Category 2, reason. A word like because acts as a direct link explaining the why behind a statement. This chart visualizes Category 3, opposing ideas. Words like although and though act like a seesaw balancing an expected outcome against a surprising contradiction. The pro tip box notes a rule for tone. Use although for formal writing and the more casual though sparingly. Selecting the right category gives you precise control over your story. Within a single breath, you can guide how a reader understands time, motivation, and surprise. This matrix summarizes our three main categories: time, reason, and contrast, along with their key connectors and examples of how they shift the structure of a sentence. This flowchart provides a 5-step diagnostic checklist to use before finalizing your work. Ensure your clauses are complete, check your punctuation, confirm your connector choice, check your pronouns, and match your tone. Complex sentences are simply two ideas joined by the right word. Mastering these building blocks gives you a reliable way to make your ideas flow together with clarity and precision.